programa tem o patrocínio Amália in America, TAP Air Portugal, Hotel Praia Sol, Luís Fermini Insurance, Jornal Luso Americano, Go Kart Service, MCM Clinic, Coimbra Restaurant, Top Burger, Quarta Gala, Rádio Corações de Portugal. Bem-vindos a mais um Meet the Leaders. É sempre um prazer estar na vossa companhia aqui na WNN Luso Americano TV. Hoje vamos cruzar fronteiras e elevar novos horizontes. Numa viagem que nos vai levar ao Chile, à Espanha, aos Estados Unidos, ao Liceu East Side, aos campos de Newark, à paixão pelo futebol, à paixão pelo futebol feminino. Falamos de Juan Alvarez. Ele é coach, ele é professor, ele é um dos rostos mais emblemáticos do futebol feminino, do Ironbound Soccer Club. Juan, muchas gracias por esta oportunidade.
Gracias por tenerme aquí.
¿A quién es Juan Alvarez?
Juan Alvarez es un hombre que es apasionado por el deporte de fútbol, que creció jugando el deporte y que el fútbol le ha dado una vida espectacular. Entonces tengo el placer de estar con niños todos los días, entrenando desde las edades pequeñas hasta ya en universidad. Entonces el fútbol me ha dado la oportunidad de ir a la universidad, de ser profesor, entrenar en el high school y al mismo tiempo entrenar a mis hijas desde pequeñas hasta ahora en la universidad, que tengo a la hija menor jugando en la universidad y estoy también entrenando en esa universidad con ella. Entonces Juan Alvarez es una persona que está dedicada a la comunidad, a la escuela de Eastside High School y a los chicos y chicas de esta comunidad.
Tu historia es nuestra historia, porque de Chile a Espanha, Estados Unidos, numa cidade tão diversificada como Newark, a diversidade é importante. As a teacher, as a coach, working with so many people from so many backgrounds, it is difficult, but at the same time, it is rewarding and challenging. If you choose to be something else, do we change that, or Juan Alvarez will be that coach, will be always that teacher, that person that has a love for the soccer?
I don't think I would trade what I do and what I've done in the last 22, 23 years for anything else. I came from the business world and left the business world because of the day-to-day feeling of not being happy. And being in education has led me to a rewarding life, a wonderful family, a great wife, great daughters, and I'm able to work in the school every single day. And I'm able to then coach a fantastic group of girls and build a program that gives girls an opportunity to play. And you touched on the cultural aspect, and me being born in Chile to Spanish immigrants, both from Galicia, and then moving back to Spain to then come to the US. I was here at 7 years old, and the only thing I really knew how to do was play soccer. So my parents said, go out on the street, make friends. So we went and played soccer, and then that progressed into me playing for many teams here locally. And at the same time, I made friends, lifelong friends, and I fell in love with it. And now I get to do this every day. And it's not about money. It's not we try to make a position for the girls to be able to play at an affordable price. And again, when you mention the community, we talk about parents can't afford the modern costs of soccer. So it's impossible culturally for our residents to be able to pay the fees associated with travel and the expenses of travel. So now that I've built the high school to the point where it's now successful and we're competing with the best high schools in the community. So but where before Eastside High School girls soccer was just a team that was put together, now we're a competitive program, undefeated so far this year, and looking to build to the point where it's just a machine that keeps rolling, so that when I'm no longer there and hopefully my daughters take over, that it continues to grow. Now what I want to do is I want to focus on the ages 4 all the way through college and give girls an opportunity to be able to play and not have to pay these ridiculous fees that are out there. And with the help of Nick and the other people at Ironbound, I think we're going to get it done. I think the idea that we have, the passion that we have for breaking the pay-to-play system is something that we're going to focus on, and think in the long run it's going to turn out great for us. The community has been great with us so far. We have a lot of kids joining in the lower ages in the rec programs, and we have a lot of girls, more girls than we've had before. We've had some success. So with success brings more numbers. So this summer we were able to have a great summer in USLY summer, and we were able to qualify 5 teams for the national finals in December in Tampa. And you know, when I came on board, I said I wanted the girls to be at the same level as the boys. So the boys play MLS Next. They're a well-regarded, well-known club, not just within this area, but throughout the country. So when you mention Ironbound Soccer Club, you know that, you know, it's a good reputation. They've been around for a long time and they're successful. I want the same for the girls. So if the boys can play MLS Next, then the girls are going to play in the Girls Academy. And my goal now for the next 3 years is to get our club on the girls' side to be equal with the boys' side and be as successful.
It's amazing the way you outline so many accomplishments, the recognition that he made to the work done at school level to build the capacities and qualities that allowed those girls to excel. Women's soccer in the United States are extremely and well known. They have a lot of recognition. We have a lot of talent. Okay. Why you decided to do that with the girls and not to be, for example, a successful coach for the boys?
Well, I have 2 beautiful daughters, and I had coached on the boys' side early in my career. And once my daughters got to the age, I wanted to be with my daughter, so I got involved with the local community in my town and coaching in recreation. And then from there, I started liking it, and I said, all right, now let's just take it to the next level. And then when I got to Eastside High School, the opportunity came up to take the girls program, and I took it, and it became like a passion of mine to make sure that not only did I have a successful team, but that I also got the girls to college. Whether they play in college or not, that's the least of it. I mean, we have 8 girls right now playing in either Division 1, 2, or 3 that have come through our program in the last 4 or 5 years. This year, we have already 2 girls committed to Division 2 colleges, and we have 2 girls committed to Division 3 colleges. So out of our 8 seniors, 2 are going to go to NJCU, and 1 is going to Caldwell, and 1 is going to Dominican University. For me, that's success. For me, that shows that we've done something right. They're not going pro, but they're going to college to get an education to hopefully one day come back. So part of the plan that we have for the girls, and what I want to do, is I want to take my ex-players and have them coach with me. So before I leave Ironbound Soccer, I want to build a coaching staff of inner city girls that have played for Eastside that have gone on to college, gotten degrees, hopefully come back and teach, and then coach at Ironbound and at the high school. And I'm fortunate enough this year to have as one of my assistant coaches my oldest daughter. So for me, that's about as rewarding as it gets.
That's amazing, and congratulations on that. Now, talking directly about the Ironbound Soccer Club and that familiarity that you have, because you work with the girls at school, high school level, and then you detect the talent that they can, since it's an inner club, inner city school, they are also playing for Ironbound Soccer Club. That work that you've been doing throughout the years show results, as you mentioned. And now at Ironbound Soccer Club, you are in charge to develop a full program. You mentioned that starts 4-year-olds. What is the exact vision? You mentioned accomplish making sure that the girls go to college, but as you explained, the goals are changing because the talent is there.
Yeah.
So what is the full vision? What do you think that is possible to accomplish here?
Oh, I think we can accomplish a myriad of things. I think that getting the girls to play, first of all, at a young age, makes it easier for them to develop into better players. So just as a backstory of when I took over the Eastside High School girls soccer program, there was 3 girls on the team, on the entire team, that played club soccer. So the rest of the players were not able to either afford or were not able to play because their parents didn't let them. So you're trying to compete against a high-level program like a West Orange, for example, and you don't have the capability to do so because you don't have the talented players. So what we want to do now is we want to take these girls at 4 and 5 and 6 years old and give them the confidence, give them the technical ability, give them the tactical ability, and if they develop a passion for the sport, then there's no ceiling. Because if they develop a passion and they have the support of their parents and now they have the support of their teachers, we're now going to be able to parlay the 4-year-olds and 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds going into then middle school, playing middle school soccer, which we started a couple of years ago, and from middle school soccer, high school. So now once they get to high school, they will have had 7 or 8 years of playing experience and they get to high school level. It's just going to get better and better. And then eventually, hopefully, college. So the things that we are building on is education, soccer, give the kids something healthy to do, something where they're not using their phones all day. They're out making friends, making good choices, good decisions, and being active. And that's what we want. We want to build from 4 years all the way to, and if we could start at 3, we'll start at 3, and build them till they get to college, and then just have them become successful young women, and that's our goal.
That's amazing, and the results are there. December is going to be a great time of the year to be in Tampa.
Yeah.
I know when you mentioned before that several teams, for the first time, are able to compete on the Y League. Was a remarkable moment in the summer when you guys accomplished the results that allowed you to travel to Tampa, but that participation comes with a lot of responsibility too. What are the feelings among the team? What are the feelings from a coach that see the results like you are seeing now, and the expectations that you have for that participation?
Well, I mean, when I came on board, and it was late in the spring, the idea was to bring good people with me. So I was able to bring 2 other college coaches that are good friends of mine. We have the same philosophy, and I said, guys, go to work and put teams together and do the best that you can. And yes, it was a little chaotic at first. It took a while to get things settled, and everything was new. So it's a new girls program. So we're basically starting from scratch. So uniforms were an issue. There was a lot of logistical things that we had to work through. And on top of the logistical issues, we were able to qualify 5 girls teams. So our 2015 girls teams are 2013, 12, U11 and the U19 are all going to go to Tampa in December. And we were able then parlay that into having them go to Ira Cup in the spring, which we'll talk about later. But that's something that's incredibly exciting for us as a club. And to grow the girls program, you do things like that. And it was extremely satisfying for me to see the scores weekly and to see teams go completely undefeated all summer and see the coaches happy, see the administration happy, and myself as somebody who's building all of this with the help of the rest of the leadership. It's incredibly rewarding for me, and it makes me extremely happy, and I get to be in Tampa in December.
Yeah, it's case to say that is when one dream come true, the second one is right there around the corner. Springtime, Iber Cup, Lisbon. I know that for you going to be the second opportunity to build a trip like that. But what are the expectations to be playing with the names that are a part of the day by day of the world as far as soccer?
Yeah, I mean, it's Iber Cup is, for people that don't know, it's an international tournament, and it has professional clubs. So we just recently got word of certain teams that are going to be in our bracket, and to have a girl who plays for Ironbound go to Europe and play against Sporting or play against Juventus or play against Manchester United, it's an incredible feeling for, you know, not just the player but the parent, you know, and my daughters are older now, but if my daughters were younger, I would love the opportunity for them to experience that. It also gives them exposure because it's a platform that they can showcase their talent, and then maybe they can be seen by a club and then, you know, make connections, and then in the future, who knows? I mean, we focus on college, but there's also the opportunity. So we never want to take the opportunity away of, you know, going on the professional route, but education's first. And, you know, the Iber Cup is going to be an extremely successful trip for us. It's going to help us build, and I think next year we'll do it again, and we'll continue to do it as long as they're willing to have us, because it's a great experience to play against other professional clubs. And while we may be a urban Newark-based club, we consider ourselves a professional club, and we have professional standards, and we want to be able to compete against professional clubs. So on the boys' side and the girls' side, to be able to be at the highest level is something we're shooting for, and I think we have the right leadership to get it there.
I think this is also the opportunity. It is important, the community involvement. It is important that everybody out there know the great work that Ironbound Soccer Club is being doing, and also support those girls throughout these amazing journeys. Do you think that, you know, as a community, we need to do a little bit more to support those girls?
Absolutely. I think the biggest initiative that we're starting is the Newark Urban Initiative. Basically, the Newark Urban Initiative is the ability to have our girls pay a reduced rate, basically covering just costs at $300 or $400 per season, and gives them the opportunity to play. So it may not be in the most competitive league, but they get an opportunity to play and compete. So the Newark Urban Initiative is my platform, and that's what I'm going to push, not just on the girls' side, but also the boys' side. So we need the community's help, because there are expenses that are incurred when it comes to running leagues and referee fees and field costs. We don't own our own fields. We don't own our own spaces. So luckily we do have community fields and county fields that we're able to rent. But we do need as much support as possible to get the girls to where they have to go. It just can't be done with just 4 or 5 coaches and, you know, the Ironbound Soccer Club. We need sponsors, we need donations, we need help, we need community partners, community people to join us and help us get to where we want to be. And I'm extremely confident that we're going to get there. It's just going to take a lot of work, but we're here to work.
Amazing, amazing, and once again, congratulations. Newark é uma cidade diversa.
Sí.
Tu trabalhas com niñas e niños from all the backgrounds, latinos, portugueses, afro-americanos, you name it. Como é trabalhar todos os dias com niños tão distintos, pero que encontram uma paixão única en el fútbol?
Lo bonito del deporte de fútbol es que hay un balón, hay un equipo, hay una táctica y los 11 jugadores se comunican sin tener que hablar. Se comunican en el campo con señales, hablando en lo mínimo, y ellos saben lo que el otro jugador quiere hacer. Entonces, para mí, trabajar con niños que hablan en español, ningún problema. He aprendido a hablar portugués muy bien, porque he tenido niñas que es de Brasil, de Portugal, entonces yo no siento nada que me afecte a mí por entrenar a diferentes. A mí me gusta eso, yo prefiero que sean diversos. Yo vivo en un pueblo que no es Newark, pero yo traje a mis hijas a Eastside High School porque yo quería que ellas tuvieran la oportunidad de diversidad que hay en la comunidad de Newark, y yo estoy más en Newark que estoy en mi pueblo. Tengo una casa en un pueblo que nunca estoy, y estoy contento aquí en Newark, y estoy contento con la comunidad, con la gente de aquí, y poder ayudar a esta comunidad que yo crecí en esta comunidad es un sueño para mí.
Juan, muchas gracias por esta oportunidade.
Gracias a ti.
E assim, mais uma história maravilhosa de alguém que chegou aqui com 7 anos de idade, criou raízes e que no momento oportuno decidiu devolver à comunidade tudo aquilo que recebeu enquanto residente em tenra idade, para quando o futebol era afinal já uma grande paixão. Juan Alvarez lidera o departamento de futebol feminino do Ironbound Soccer Club e podemos dizer que temos muito na manga para que este projeto seja cada vez mais, e já agora, por que não, successful. Um ótimo dia, Meet the Leaders, Ricky Durães para a WNN Luso Americano TV.